NIFTY Market Structure Report, 20 February 2026. The session reflected structured positioning rather than volatility expansion. The market opened at 25,406.55 below the previous close. Early strength extended into the 25,640 to 660 supply zone. There was no volatility spike and no disorderly auction behavior. The session range formed between 25,379.75 and 25,663.55. The market closed at 25,571.25. Price finished mid-range, controlled and without extension. Cash market turnover remained elevated and participation stayed consistent with the prior session. Total derivatives turnover expanded, indicating continued institutional engagement. Index futures open interest increased from 3,62,392 to 4,22,209 contracts. This represents a net expansion of nearly 60,000 contracts. The build was progressive through the session, with no evidence of late-stage unwind. Index options open interest increased relative to the previous day, although intraday density reduced into the close. Options exposure moderated while futures positioning expanded. Risk transitioned from convex structures toward linear exposure. On the call side, earlier concentration was visible between 25,600 and 25,800. By settlement, partial covering reduced overhead density. On the put side, structural support remained centered near 25,500 to 550. Put positioning thinned from intraday highs, though no panic hedging emerged. Implied volatility remained compressed throughout the session. There was no expansion during strength, rotation, or settlement. This confirms a positioning adjustment rather than a displacement move. The structural configuration is clear. Futures expanded, options reduced into close. Volatility compressed. Directional energy is now concentrated within the futures layer. The primary overhead monitoring zone remains 25,600 to 700. The structural base remains 25,500 to 550. Further futures expansion accompanied by price acceptance would confirm intent. Absent volatility expansion, rotational conditions may persist. This report reflects observed market structure, participation behavior, and positioning dynamics for the session. It is intended for analytical and educational purposes only. It does not constitute trading advice or investment recommendation. Independent assessment is required before taking market exposure.